Good morning, everyone. Liz here, and welcome back to my garden. It just got done raining here in California, and I wanted to show you the benefits of rainwater and what it's done for my garden. You know, a lot of people don't realize this, but rainwater contains nitrates, which is nitrogen. In other words, whenever it rains, that's free fertilizer for your garden. So when I knew that California was going to experience another storm, what I did is I went into my garden and I planted a whole bunch of seeds. So now today I want to see if the rainwater helped them germinate and sprout. Well, here's one thing I can show you. Since it rained, my hyacinth bulbs bloomed. Now these are not new bulbs. These are just the same bulbs that I planted from last year. And I think they did pretty well. Coming over here, I noticed that all of my peas have definitely sprouted and grown really tall. And again, all these seeds were just seeds that I had left over from my plants last year. But I'm really happy the way they've definitely shot up. That rainwater fertilized them nicely. Now, this may not look like much, but inside my garden I have so many things growing. All these are Mexican sunflowers, and it looks like I have some celery. And more of these little daisies, and they're even starting to flower now. And look at this verbena, how tall it's getting. This is the second year that it's come back, and I notice that it's very sturdy and strong. The stems are way thicker than when I planted it last year from seed. So I know this rainwater has definitely helped out so much. Everything just always looks more fresh after rain. And it looks like my spinach has sprouted and is also growing nicely. I kid you not, I just planted these seeds a few days ago. And all that glorious rainwater helped them sprout. God is just so amazing. There's nothing like the creation of God. Yeah, we can water things from our hose or however you water your drip irrigation system, but rainwater from God, it's a whole different ball game. That's a total game changer because again, rainwater contains nitrates. Tell me God didn't know what he was doing. And my clematis, oh my goodness. This has definitely came out of dormancy, and I know it cannot wait to bloom. If you look closely, there's lots of little buds. Oh wow, my Carolina Jasmine just budded out. This is so exciting. I did not see these buds on this vine just a few days ago. Yes, I'm going to contribute that to the natural rainwater. How exciting. In another couple weeks, this will be all flowers, beautiful yellow flowers from my Carolina Jasmine. And since it's rained, I also notice that my creeping jenny is coming back as well. Look at how beautiful and lush and green that is. I thought it was gone, but I guess it came back from the roots below. And surprise, surprise, all of my zinnias have sprouted. Well, most of them anyway. Yeah, they just came up. Lots of little zinnias. I thought I was planting these a little bit too early because it's still a little chilly, but I said I'm just going to see what happens. Lo and behold, I have zinnia sprouts. And over here I have tons of sunflowers. These are coming up as well. I never planted sunflowers this year. Those just came up from the seeds I scattered in my garden last year. And I couldn't be more pleased. Thank you, rainwater. Thank you, God. Okay, here's something that's super, super funny. In the fall, what I did was I took all the mother plants out of the barrel, I separated them, and I planted them below. However, there were some succulents that I just discarded and tossed over here in this corner. Well, I guess they rooted and they're even making flowers. What a surprise. I was not expecting that. Look how cute that is. The pollinators love these too. And if you notice, my nasturtium got much bigger and it's going to make flowers soon. But the best part is my fig tree just broke dormancy and it's starting to leaf out. This produces delicious figs. It's a miniature, or you could call it a dwarf fig tree called Miss Figgy. And the birds have discovered it as well. So when those figs get ripe, I don't always get a chance to enjoy them. But hey, if they're feeding the birds, then I'm totally fine with that, because a lot of the stuff I grow is for wildlife anyway. Oh, and we have garlic down here. How fun. And my pea plant has shot up and got bigger. I always come out here and pick these and eat them. That's the fun thing about having a garden. It's just enjoying the fruits of your labor while you're gardening. And remember all these little daisies that just miraculously popped up all over my garden? They're all starting to flower now. Lots of sweet little daisy blooms. And the rainwater also provided a nice little drinking area for my cat and any bees or butterflies that happen to stop by. And over in this corner, my little miniature roses are definitely looking nice and healthy. And my other clematis. Wow, that's starting to grow really nicely. Oh, and look. It looks like my clematis came up from a shooter root down below. So now I'm going to have 2 clematis plants. I can either just let it be or perhaps separate it and plant that in another area in my garden. We'll see. Still waiting for all of my broccoli to make broccoli so I can enjoy them. It doesn't look like it's bolting and going to seed, so there's still hope that I will have some nice vegetables. However, the broccoli over in this raised planter did bolt and go to seed. So I'm not going to get broccoli here, but that's okay, because pretty soon all of the solitary bees are going to emerge from their cocoons and they will need some pollen. So once these seeds bloom, they're really pretty yellow flowers. It'll keep the pollinators nice and happy. So I sacrificed some broccoli for the pollinators. But look at the lettuce. Doesn't that just look wonderful? My ornamental cabbage has also bolted and it's now producing flowers. However, I'm not going to collect the seeds from this because last year they grew back something very odd. So I have a feeling that these plants were modified by us men to make them purple, because the seeds don't produce the same looking plant. Oh, but look at this. Behind the alyssum, we have snapdragons that are going to flower. Look at the buds. How exciting. I did not see these just a few days ago. So once again, I'm going to contribute it to all that beautiful rainwater. Thank you, God. During the storm, the wind blew down some of my succulent plants on my propagation station. So rather than throwing them away, I just put the little pieces inside that little container. I got this little container at the thrift store, and I think it's just adorable. So whenever you have succulents, you can always break them apart and plant them in other places in your garden. They're really good for fairy gardens as well. My clematis and coleus haven't come up yet. This is underneath the patio, so they don't get the rainwater like all my other plants. But here, it looks like my little blue flax seeds came up. Look at how tiny and little they are. How fun. See, I knew when planting these seeds right before the storm, it was such a great idea. They got self-watered without me having to water them with the best water in the whole world. Even my little Maidenhair Fern is perking up and growing. Still waiting for the lettuce to come up. That's okay. Everything has its time. You can't rush nature, right? And my little sweet alyssum seeds popped up as well. I just shook one of the plants from my vintage bathtub, collected seeds, and just threw them in here. And of course the ones on top, they probably get more sun, so those sprouted first. But that's okay, it's just fun. It's just fun to scatter seeds and take your chances and see what happens. Oh, my Buan Vilia. Oh my goodness, this is starting to bud out as well. Look at all those flowers. How fun. Well, they're not flowers, they're actually called bracts. But that's another video. And it looks like all of my petunias and little violas loved the rain as well. Look at how beautiful and vibrant and healthy they are. Oh, what a surprise. My Vinca minor or major, I always forget, this is blooming. I'm just seeing this now. How fun. Look how healthy that is. Oh, and there's a white flower. That's interesting. But nevertheless, these violas and petunias are doing so well from this rainwater, and all this brand new creeping Jenny just coming up. It's so fresh and new and healthy. Look at all those sweet, beautiful little leaves. Sometimes when you get up close in your garden, you'll notice so many beautiful miracles and all of God's creation and the ecosystem. And I'm even getting new flowers on my geranium. The garden's really starting to come alive. So that's what my garden looks like after 3 days of rain. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope you have a beautiful day in your garden too. Even if it's raining, remember there are so many benefits of rainwater. Bye-bye.